The following is a Cast Wave Studios production.
Cause you want that tasty treat. It's two fat guys eat. Hello and welcome to another episode of Two Fat Guys Eat. I'm Colin.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Sean.
And Sean will probably be very excited for today's episode because it's all about Sean's favorite food.
Pizza?
What favorite food would that be, Colin?
Gyros.
Yay!
Actually, you know what? Let me ask you a question. Are gyros your favorite food? Because that's the only food I've ever seen you literally get squee excited for.
That's usually when the Gyro festival's in town, and the Greek festival. I mean,
yeah,
and then that's when I usually get excited for it. But I get giddy over other stuff.
Now, do you want to explain what that is for our listeners at home who might not be familiar with the Frederick area?
Oh yeah. There's people there not from here. So a gyro or a gyro is pita bread.
No. I meant the. Oh my god.
The festival.
I meant the festival.
I know. I was joking.
God damn it.
It was a
Okay.
joke. You fell for it.
Calm down.
Yeah. So the local, I think it was the local church.
The Greek
The Greek Orthodox Church. Orthodox Church throws a festival where they use it for fundraising, and they sell Greek food. So that would be anything from, gyros to fries to, falafel to tzatziki and baklava.
Ah, baklava. Nice.
Yes.
And they do this for a week or two, and
They do it usually for a weekend.
It's usually at the church. It's over on 7th Street, which is funny because it's right down the road from Fort Detrick. And then basically it's this really classic looking Christian church.
It's a classic street fair.
And then on the side it just looks like out of nowhere this booth from a carnival just pops up with all the lights and shit, and you just hear pretty much that's exactly what I was about to joke about. And it's just it looks so out of place. It's
yeah, but the gyros they make are awesome.
Well, let me ask you guys: is it gyro or gyro?
But actually, both pronunciations are correct.
Are they?
Since the Greek alphabet does not have the letter G.
Ah,
Really?
which is ironic because Greek begins with the letter G.
The anglicized word Greek begins with the letter J.
Yes,
Well, anyways,
but in the Greek written language, there is no G.
yeah.
There's the E.
But in the Latin alphabet, Jehovah begins with an I.
I.
But
Oh dear.
but if there's no G's in Greek, then how will they become members of the 3-6 Mafia? Anyways,
I knew you were gonna find that as a toy. Yeah.
Colin's
Now
playing.
you want to do it?
Colin's playing with an ASMR toy.
Yeah,
slash-
it's a.
Is that what it is?
Ice
I just
cube.
thought it was an ice cube tray.
I mean, it's an ice cube tray, but it can be. Your seat can also be used as a flotation device. It's kind of the same thing.
It can also be a hat.
Anyways, if you live in this country and you've had any kind of food that's not, just whatever, you've probably had gyros before.
Yeah.
Now, what is it that makes gyros so goddamn scrumdiddly fucking umptious?
I would say it's the correct pita.
Okay.
It's the lamb. I'd say the lamb needs to be almost very shawarma-esque in terms of the way it's cut from a spit,
Okay.
a rotating spit. Seasoned very well.
The meat tornado, if you will.
Fresh dill in the tzatziki sauce. And red onions and tomatoes. Yeah. And that's it.
Now, I actually have the Wikipedia page up describing what a gyro is. And so it says here it's obviously like meat cooked on a vertical rotisserie, like you said, pita bread, tomato, onion, fried potatoes. That's an interesting thing. And then tzatziki. I don't think I've ever had fried potatoes in a gyro before.
Like sounds like we've been missing out.
Yeah, I had it a little bit. It's good. It's really good.
Put some French fried taters in there.
And you put some fries in there. They taste real good.
Oh my Lord. Now this is interesting. It says here in Greece it is normally made with pork or sometimes with chicken, while beef and lamb are also used in other countries, and that would probably be here because I'm used to lamb. Like if I have the
me personally, I either go chicken or I go vegetarian and I give what do you call it? Falafel.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Yeah.
It's actually not bad.
You don't go for the
The
lamb
falafel's not awful.
See, I'm not a lamb guy.
Honestly, I'm not in any other context, but it's so fucking good.
No, I'm just saying I'm not one to like go out and be like, ooh, you know what? I want to have lamb. Whenever I have lamb, it's like at Easter.
With meat jelly.
You know what's funny? We used to
never mint jelly.
We used to make that. We used to make that at Sorry, we used to make that at Paletti. I'm mixing up my chops now. How tired am I? Shit. But we used to make that, and like I had we used to have like lamb chop racks, and we would serve that with like the mint jelly.
Nice
and I tried
rack.
it. I tried it once. Thank you, Duke. And like honestly, not a fan. I was like, it was gross. So like to have lamb in a gyro, like. I guess it's because it's made a different way, and it's kind of made almost... Honestly, you know what?
It's more a roast than...
Yes. It's more... And it kind of reminds me of, like, whenever I get it, I don't know what it is, but it kind of reminds me of, like... You know how, like, you cook steakums? If you cook them the right way, that's kind of what it reminds me of. But, like, way better.
Yeah, it's basically... What it is, and what I love about gyros, in just any sense, it's how you cut the meat. Mm-hmm. Because, again... If you cut it like thick chunks, it's just... If you trim it nicely...
Get that little kind of ribbon.
Yeah.
That meat ribbon.
Yeah, so you're not eating like a chunk of gristle.
Yeah.
Because, that's never pleasant.
Mightn't I the gristle?
Mightn't I. But yeah, no, for me personally, I would say if I was going to get a gyro, it'd be either chicken or falafel.
Now, chicken...
Nothing against lamb. But I'm just saying, I'm not huge on lamb.
Chicken just seems like...
I don't think you've had the lamb.
Maybe I haven't. Because again, most of my experience has been like Greek restaurants in rural Maryland. So
sure.
Not to say that all of them are bad / it's just like I've had it. It hasn't impressed me.
We should take you to that place I think it's in Middletown or something.
Alecos.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the mother that runs the Greek festival, her daughter opened up the restaurant with the same recipes. Oh. And it's in a Exxon gas station in Middletown.
Well, I think
hallelujah.
And it's like by all rights and stereotypes, you should be the worst restaurant ever, but ends up being so freaking good. And it's in the most unlikeliest place.
Well, that's not exactly the place I was thinking of, because the place Cheryl was telling me about...
That's Big Greek Cafe in
Urbana.
Yeah,
that's in Urbana, so okay.
Yeah, Big Greek Cafe's really good, too.
Yeah,
they are. They're really good.
I've had them. They're really good. Yeah.
Also, Moby Dick's is pretty good in Gaithersburg. They're coming to Frederick.
Oh, really?
And they're coming to Urbana as well.
Hurrah!
So can I tell you something?
Yeah.
One of the best things I've ever had in my life. This was back when I was with Brandon Levins' D&D game back in like 2010 or something like that.
Muffins?
Muffins.
Yeah, muffin. You guys call them
muffins. Yeah.
I've never personally called him that, but right on.
Yeah.
I was the first to call him that.
Right on. Yes.
Sorry.
So, anyways, we had this like... late night game happening, and we were at somebody's house, and because they were like, yeah, we gather everybody around. I'll host like a game of D&D, and I was like, right on. And we went to this place, and like I wonder if it's like where Gambrel was. I can't remember, but it was up in the mountains around here, and they had this pizza, and it was a fucking gyro pizza.
Ooh.
It was like pita bread, and like the sauce was tzatziki sauce with a little bit of tomato sauce on there too, and like feta and lamb and like all. And it was like you pull that, and you wouldn't think that like the cheese on there would pull kind of like a New York slice, but it fucking did, and like it was honest to God one of the best things I've ever had in my fucking life. And I have never been back to that place, and for all I know, the way things are around here, that place has long since gone out of business, which makes me sad because I want to have it one more time.
Okay. So, all right. So we're talking Gyros. So Sean already gave us his sort of perfect Gyro. What about you?
I mean, like, for me, as long as there's pita bread, lamb, and tzatziki sauce, like, I'm honestly good. I don't know. I think... I don't know. Like, I honestly think as long as there's that plus some feta, like, I can do with or without the tomatoes. And, like, yeah, the little bit of onion on there just to give it that little bit of crunch because, like, everything else is so kind of, like, of a softer texture. So, like, having that onion...
you want to get that hit of acid.
That little bit of acid and that little bit of crunch in there. And I guess, like, is it me or is, like, this thing saying that, like, there's, like, lettuce in there? I don't remember there being lettuce in a gyro, but...
Well, it's essentially just a Greek taco.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't. That's my.
Now, mind you, I say that it's an incredible oversimplification. I'm just saying.
It wouldn't be the only time that I said this giant taco tastes like grease.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, have you been to Jack in the Box lately?
I usually I get way too tired afterward.
God damn it. Anyways.
I got it.
So anyway, with gyros, my perfect one, I mean, it has to be cooked right. So you're basically taking basically a skewer, and it's like basically a vertical rotisserie. But the genius of it being vertical is that all the juices fall to the bottom.
All the fat's rending out.
And every single layer is seasoned. When you stack one on top of the other, so when they push it down, and when it's turning around, it's getting a constant Maillard reaction as it goes around. That's why it's so good. And that's why I think it's probably way different from what you've had.
Probably.
In this episode, Sean describes the science behind your favorite meats.
What? Because I said Maillard reaction?
You know what? That's absolutely... No, but here's the thing, though.
Or Maillard, or...
I'm busting your balls, sir.
No, but to be fair, when I go to a place like this, I don't get to see... Like, that's the thing. I've never gone into I think, like, the one restaurant I've gone into that's had that fucking... that vertical spindle...
Yeah.
Has been... There was a place on the canal, Donor Bistro.
I was actually about to ask, because that was
That was, like, the one place that I saw that had that, so I knew they were doing it right. But, like, that's the thing. Like, I don't see that at, like... I'm sure Big Greek Cafe does it. I'm sure Aleco's does it. I'm just saying, like, I don't see that at, like, your average... You know what place has gotten huge on the internet lately? Shelby's in Canada.
Shelby's in Canada? What's that?
It's essentially... It's a Middle Eastern cuisine restaurant.
Okay.
And, like, it's like shawarma and... I'll show you some... I mean, like, if you go on TikTok and look up Shelby's, you'll see this guy's videos fucking everywhere. But, it looks so good, and I'm like, next time I go to Canada, I want some, but... Yeah. You're, like, scrolling through gyro videos, and I just see Wagyu beef gyro. I'm like, oh...
Daddy.
I know, right? Now I'm like,
such a bad daddy. Oh, my God, I want
you had
that.
the fries in there, too.
Yup. You want some fresh fries?
Oh my God!
See,
I'm just imagining all that marbleization
See, here's
And
what
that fat.
here's what I would do. I would go with the meat that I like. So chicken, right? I do chicken,
Okay.
tzatziki sauce,
Uh-huh.
onions, but instead of just doing raw onion, grilled onions.
Would you caramelize them, or would you like...
Yeah, get a little hint of sweetness in
Okay.
there. And then feta, but I wouldn't overdo it because feta is already such a strong flavor. You don't want it overpowering everything else.
I mean, honestly, the more...
Just a sprinkle's fine.
The more feta, the better for me. I fucking love feta. That's like one of my favorite cheeses.
I didn't say there's anything wrong with it. I'm just
I'm
saying.
with Colin. I like a little bit of feta on my,
A little
on my
bit.
stuff.
There's, I don't know what it is like, and honestly, I don't know what it is. What kind of flavor profile is feta? Because like I've never been able to quite nail that. Like, because it's kind of like, is it acidic, or is it
No.
like bitter, or is it kind of like it's
I
a
think-
tart?
I think
It's a little bit of all of that.
It's a tarty more fresh gorgonzola.
I guess.
yeah, I'd go with that. All right, so we talk about what we would prefer. What are some absolute do nots on gyros?
Don't ever put it in a tortilla.
I would still do that.
Well, but that becomes a taco.
Does it?
Isn't a prerequisite it has to be in a pita?
Honestly, for me, like if it's not in a pita,
Honestly, if you have lamb and tzatziki sauce and tomato coming together, technically it's a gyro to me. But
You can just call it a gyro taco. It's the best of both worlds.
that or
yeah,
you can just
exactly.
throw it in a salad and call it a gyro salad.
you're a wrap. But no, I would say what you don't do is use that. The worst one I had. This is sparking that
Okay.
the worst gyro I've ever had. It was part of a gyro meal kit that I got at I don't know if it was Costco or it was Aldi's.
Oh no!
And it was like, oh, gyro meal kit. I was like, and it looks really cool. I was like, oh, cool. So I guess I got all the stuff. And my mind wasn't thinking this is refrigerated. No one has touched the rack of these. No one has touched them. They have been sitting in the fridge. I have came back week after week. They're still there. No one's touched them. I'm like, I didn't think of
You
that.
haven't clocked it.
I haven't clocked it. I've seen it once or twice and kind of always wanted to try it, so I just picked it up and did it. And then I had them. I'm like, these are kind of awful. And specifically, it was like one. It didn't have hardly any salt in it. Even if you salted it, it was like it didn't make it any better.
weird.
the meat was kind of weird. The meat was kind of tough actually. It was just kind of weird, you know.
Well, it's a meal prep kit. It's
And then 12 hours later, food poisoning.
Oh.
And that was my worst
Well, okay.
gyro experience.
Well, let me ask you a question about that kit though. Like, what was it about that besides the food poisoning? Obviously, what was it about that? That's like is it the meal kit itself? That's the no.
The flavor was all wrong.
Yeah.
Because with Greek food specifically, you're looking for that spice palette that has more of like you got dill, you got garlic, you got onion. Like it's got some good. It's got some and some some other spices like parsley. Like you have some stuff like it's supposed to go in there. I don't know. Something was just missing from it. I don't know what it was, but it was just kind of like. It's like someone explained a gyro over the phone.
Yeah.
While you're tasting it, you know what I mean. You've had stuff
shitty
like
reception.
that.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Frank Herbert says, the spice is life.
Like you've had a fresh strawberry before. Mm-hmm. You've had a strawberry White Claw. That's that.
You had one of those hard strawberry candies.
You had those. Yeah, you had a strawberry and you had a hard strawberry candy. Which does the hard strawberry candy represent the real strawberry in any sense of the fashion besides the wrapper?
No.
I got a better one for you.
Oh, okay.
I got a better one for you. It's like someone describing the flavor of banana and then coming up with the runt flavor of banana.
Or the Laffy Taffy flavored banana.
Right.
Yeah. Which I will say, like, that's kind of...
There's actually an interesting fact about that. It's close to what the bananas used to taste like back before the blight.
That's actually what I was gonna say. Cause
which one? The runts or the
The bananas, like because
no, I mean, but which
the
which
banana, both of them, the banana flavor in both those things, it actually tastes it because that was around before the like virus that wiped out the last species of banana happened. That's what the flavor was, and they just never updated it to taste like the banana that we have nowadays. And
I don't mind that because I like that flavor anyway.
I mean, oh my god, you like that flavor?
Oh yeah,
Wait, hold on, you like banana runs?
I love banana runs.
I like banana runs, banana. I mean, like there are some artificial flavors that I don't like. Strawberry's one of them.
Those banana that shit is so gross.
But I so rarely eat those. You know, It doesn't bother me when I eat them, but it's like. Actually, banana runts, I wouldn't say I eat. I eat banana Laffy Taffy. I don't eat runts in general. I eat nerds.
I honestly haven't had runts in for it's been, I can count, like, it's been a couple years since I think I've had runts.
All right, well, back on topic
anyways,
with Gyros.
All right. So, Gyros are good. So, we didn't get anything today just because of... Well,
we only have so many limited options, and we didn't have time to go out and get them, so we're just like, fuck it, we'll just discuss.
And then we'll eat some other time because paychecks.
Yes.
Not. We don't have our paychecks yet.
We're poor. We're poor. We're poor.
We don't need to sing.
We're
that.
poor. Just saying.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, until next time. This has been Two Fat Guys Eat. I'm Colin.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Sean.
And we're poor.
Yep. And remember, don't stop eating when you're full. Stop eating when you hate yourself.
Two Fat Guys Eat is a Castwave Studios production. For other shows and more, please visit castwavestudios.com.